Do you feel like you're close to a deal on infrastructure? That you've significantly narrowed the gap?
I would say over time, we feel that all parties, of course, we have been, and we certainly feel that Senator Capito and the other Republicans who have been a part of that have been operating in good faith. Now, a negotiation, as you know, Steve, from covering a lot of these, is exactly that. It's seeing how much each side can come closer to the other. And the president has some priorities, including ensuring that we're investing in infrastructure of the future, and there are areas that are personally important to him. Making sure we're rebuilding veterans hospitals, making sure we're making electric vehicles a reality, charging stations, buses, et cetera. Some of these proposals have been in our counter proposal and the original proposal. And certainly part of negotiating is coming up in numbers.
And has he abandoned the plan to raise the corporate tax rate to 28%?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. What the president believes is, one, that corporations can afford to pay a little bit more. And that's a way that we can pay for a range of the bold proposals that he has put forward. But he also took a look at these proposals and all of the tax proposals that he has put forward over time to find a way where there should be pay-fors that, based on their bottom lines, many of the Republican negotiators should be able to agree to.
One more quick one, just to put infrastructure to bed.
Yeah,
I understand.
I don't know if it's to bed. Others have additional questions. It's like brushing its teeth or something. I don't know.
He's saying that for infrastructure, it's not. He has so many pay-fors. It's not necessary to raise the corporate tax or. Just enforcement and the book minimum would take care of infrastructure. Does he believe that raising the corporate tax and raising the tax on people who make more than $400,000 is still necessary to fund his other proposals, like the American Families Plan? Does he believe that maybe this is not necessary at all? I'm not talking about whether you're for it or not. I'm asking you if he still feels that those hikes aren't necessary for his agenda.
He wouldn't have proposed them and put them in his budget if he didn't think so. I mean, I think there's a math, not challenge, there's a math problem here somewhere, in that the president's come down in his proposal and as we're negotiating with Republicans on an infrastructure package, as you noted, Mara, there's a range of other ideas that he has put forward that he wants to get passed into law: child tax credit, universal pre-K, et cetera. He's also proposed ways to pay for it. So these are components that would help pay for his proposals in this negotiation. But certainly raising the corporate rate is something, going back to what the rate was in the early days of the George W. Bush administration, is certainly something that he sees as a viable pay for many of his bold ideas.
Viable pay for or necessary?
Well, I think it's important to take a step back and remember this is not about these proposals were not standalone corporate tax increases. These proposals were an American jobs plan to make historic investment in our nation's infrastructure. They were to level the playing field and make universal pre-K eligible, kids across the country eligible. So he's proposed a range of ways to pay for it. Those pay-fors can be moved around, and certainly raising the corporate rate is an area he feels is a viable, good, positive, essential option.